Well, good morning, everyone. It is day 6 of the Christmas countdown, and today we're doing another free pattern. Imagine that. Now, today we are doing a pattern that you have to go to a blog to get the actual pattern. It's not as easy as seeing it on Instagram. So yes, there will be some pop-up ads, but it looks really cute. And I had it saved on my list, and then Stacy sent me a message. You should add this to your list. And I'm like, oh, it is on my list. I'll just bump it up. So this is called Tilly the Triceratops. And it might take a little bit longer. Now, it is supposed to be no-sew, I'm pretty sure. It says it's an intermediate skill level. And there's only 28 rounds, so it shouldn't be too bad. But I am going to use my Home Slim and Sweet Snuggles. You need 2 colors, a white and whatever other color. Again, my 6mm hook, it recommends a 3.5 with Woolen's Bunny Baby. I have never heard of that yarn. But it's a 6 weight. And they say a Clover 3.5mm. But also it says to use the size hook that's right for you. Felt eyes, 1/2 inch if you want felt eyes. I have some. I do have some. So I'll have to see when I get there, like how big this is coming out. It's your basic stitches. You got bobbles, you've got single crochets, back loop onlys. When you get to the frill, you do have some half doubles and singles. So it is a design by Josephine Lauren. So, and of course I will have it linked in the description to the blog for the pattern. It is Pink Tomato Crochet. So, did anything interesting happen to me yesterday? Yes, it did. Tech issues again, because anytime Apple does an update, it messes up my phone. Every time. So I had a few issues, like it was telling me my memory was full on my phone, and I'm like, what? I've never had this happen before. So I had to play around with that and delete a bunch of stuff, and yeah, I've just never dealt with that before. And then I'm like, do iPhones have a thing like a computer does where you have to empty a trash can? Or when you delete something, is it just gone? I don't know. So we'll see how this goes today. All right, so we start with our main color, which is this. I don't know the color name because I don't have the label anymore. And Toby is on the porch because I was sitting there and he was biting my ankles. He jumped up on my leg and just started attacking me in a playful way. But it was just like, dude, you're freaking me out. So he's on the porch. It's warmed up a lot more than it has the past few days, so he's not too cold out there. I don't think he's cold at all with all that fur. All right, so we start with, of course, a magic ring or your chain 2 method and 6 single crochets. Okay, and then let me use a stitch marker so I can chat. So yesterday, while I was editing, believe it or not, Jenna says, can we put up the Christmas tree? And she had John get everything down out of the attic. And I used an artificial tree because, well, they're all messy. So I can't say it's because real trees are messy. They're all messy. But to me, it's just a waste of money to spend on a tree every single year. And then, you know, we're killing the trees. For Christmas, I'd call myself a tree hugger. I, saved the trees. She assembled the tree and fluffed out the branches and put the lights on. And then she waited for me to decorate the rest. And a few years ago, I had bought a smaller tree, one that wasn't so wide. And I did that because, I have a small house. And I have to rearrange the whole living room to set up the tree. And then it might take me to June to put everything back together. But, yeah, so it's a smaller tree, so it doesn't take much. It's like 2 pieces and then fluff out the branches, put the lights on. And she waited. And then when we started decorating it, we were done in like 10 minutes. And I'm like, I'm sorry, Jenna, that you had to wait for that. I felt bad after that because I could have stopped what I was doing and we went and did the tree together. But it was nice that she waited for me, that, we were able to do it together. Her and I always do it together. My oldest daughter, when she was younger, she always helped. Now, of course, when they're young, like real young, and they're helping, when they go to bed, you have to rearrange a few things. But, yeah, so we got that done. All right, so in round 3, we are doing some bobbles, a 3 double crochet bobble, and the bobbles are done in the white yarn. So let's do that. Mark my stitch. Okay, so this is the head. We're starting with the head. I was like, this is kind of a strange place for a bobble, but we're starting with the head. Okay. Wrong color change. Bobble! Pay attention to what you're doing. So that's how we're looking so far. So this must be the little, whatever that thing's called, on the nose. Okay, so cut this off so it's not in the way. So I have a lot of stuff to do today. A lot of stuff. I still haven't picked what I'm going to take to market with me. And I haven't done any of that stuff, so I have to get that done today. And this yarn, this particular skein is really nice because it's the really soft kind and it is just gliding across my hook. So this one will be an enjoyable plushie to make. All right, we're on round 5. Starting off with an increase. Now it was round 6, so it's moving on along pretty quick. Round 7. Wrong, we're on round 6, not 7. See? 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 I am like... So the first one is an increase. So I figured it out when I got to the end and I wasn't going to have 24 stitches, that I was on the wrong round. And then 7. I'm lucky that that frogged nicely for me. And then an increase and a single 5 times. Now I am on round 7. Okay, so here's how we look so far. Am I going to be crooked? I hope I'm not crooked. Okay, so round 8. You know, they all put the disclaimer in that you might have to adjust your bobbles. But when you're starting off with, that's the nose, and it looks, at least I think that's the nose. I have no pictures to go by. So right now, I'm thinking I'm going to be crooked. We'll see. Hopefully not. So this next round has the bobbles in it, which are white. So, well, we're going to find out. That's 1, 2. You know what? I was thinking this was going to be a leg, but I think it's going to be another one of the horns. So, well, we're about to find out. It's 1, 2, and 3. I don't have any pictures to go by because I'm not on the actual blog itself, or I'd be stuck at my computer, and we don't want that. I should have my gloves on. My fingers are feeling a little achy today because, you know, I have been making other things that you guys haven't been seeing. Not a lot, but I have a few. And I'll probably show you them at the beginning of tomorrow's, of day 7, because I'm going to take them to market with me. And just in case they sell, I want to be able to share them with you first. 2. And 3. I have one more that I'm hoping to have finished. Not sure that I will, because I have to do these other things first, you know, priorities. Priorities first. Okay, so it definitely was not the legs. It was the other two horns. So we'll see what happens from here. So now it says if you're using safety eyes, you're supposed to put the safety eyes in, and they suggest a 12 millimeter. We'll see here. I'm going to run into that problem. I have 12s or I have 16s. I have nothing in between. So let's see. We'll test out the 12s first. Place your eyes between rounds 5 and 6 with 6 visible stitches in between. This is where a picture would be nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I don't think the 12s look that bad. If I put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, if I put in 16 millimeters, I would have to have them set further apart. Let me come over just one. That's better. I'd have to have them further apart, and then it might not look right, because if I put them in the same spots, there wouldn't be the 6 stitches in between. So we're going to go with these. Let me snap them in place. Now, I brought a whole box of stitch markers with me today, because we're going to be working in this next round in back loop only, and I'll need to mark my front loops so that I can find them. I shouldn't have to mark all of them, but I brought the whole box just in case. All right, so we are on round 9. So far, he's looking pretty sweet. You know, sometimes it's hard to find those front loops. Okay, so we need 13 of them. So I'm just gonna like put a stitch marker occasionally through. So that was round 11, or excuse me, round 9. Round 10, we start off with some back loop only again. Three, mark my last front loop. And then the rest of the round is regular singles through both loops. And this is how we're looking so far. All those stitch markers are marking my the round where the frill goes, and it actually looks pretty darn even right now. See if you can see that. Look at here, it's the beginning. is here and the end is this green one. So it's looking pretty darn even. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Now we're going to have a decrease round. So I also had someone ask me if I do the front loop only for decreases or if I do them the normal way. And the answer is that I do both. 2 singles and a decrease. The front loop only is less bulky. So that's what I'm doing right now. If I'm in a situation where I think I'm going to have holes, I will do it the normal way because it adds a little bit more yarn to it. So it just depends. But most of the time, I do my decreases in the front loop only. And that is technically an invisible decrease. So they say. I think this is going to come out to a fairly decent size. Okay, so another decrease round. Looking pretty good. And now we have an increase round. Increase, 6, and then 5 increases. All right. Let me wait and I'll count all my stitches because I might have lost track there. Okay, let's see. I should have 18 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I do, thank goodness. This is so much easier to count the stitches than the blanket yarn. All right, so it says stuff the head firmly. I like that word firmly because I am a firm stuffer. And I will definitely have to get more polyfill because I didn't add any to what I had on my table here. Looking good. That was round 13, so we're moving right along. Another increase round. Stitch marker back in. Do 6 regular singles. No increases. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then a single and an increase 5 times. Okay, we got this. I should have 24 stitches. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I messed up somewhere. Increase, single, single. Oh my goodness. All right, so we started with an increase, right? No, we did one single, then an increase, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then it should be single increase, single increase, single increase, single increase, single. Do I not have 24 stitches? Did I skip a stitch? Oh my goodness. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And we were supposed to have 18. All right. So we start off with one single, mark our stitch, and we do an increase. Now let's make sure I have 24 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so the next round should come out correct. These bobbles are the same color. This one is a 5 double crochet bobble. I like how they wrote it. It says Bob 5. 2, 3, 4. One more. Can we make it fit? 5. Okay, and then 4. It's a little crowded there. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a bob 5. Okay, I have to adjust my bobbles because he's going to sit crooked. So I need to scoot the first one over a stitch or two. That's what I'm thinking. So let me try that. Uh-oh. Won't be able to do this too many times because the yarn won't hold up. Let me see if it's any better. Much, much better. Okay. He's going to sit much straighter. And I had to come over one more stitch before the first bobble. Then we just finish up the round with single crochets. So yay. I don't know why. The only thing I've ever made that I haven't had to move my bobbles around on is my axolotl pattern. That is the only thing. And then lately I've been making them where I do the leggy legs instead of the bobble. And hopefully we sell some this week. So that sits way better. Way, way better. Okay, the next 4 rounds are just plain old 24 stitches. So put up our sleeves, stretch our fingers, and we're gonna get to it. Toby just came in the room. I'm scared. He's been a little spicy this morning. And he just left the room without attacking me. That is through round 19. And this next round has the back legs, so we're going to have to play with bobbles again, I am sure. So, let's do it. Would not line up, because remember I moved my front one over a stitch. Let's see if this will do it. It looks pretty even. Let me just fluff out my bobbles here. Yeah, I think that looks pretty even. Okay. Another decrease round. Okay, round 22 is another decrease round. I'm going to put some stuffing in the body before that hole gets too small. It tells me after the next round to stuff, but I want to be able to get my hands in here. Round 22 is done, and it says stuff the body firmly. So I'm going to add a little bit more. And then I'm going to have, this is all I have left, so I'm going to have to go and get a little bit more. It's looking pretty good. Okay, probably won't need that much, but since we're out here every day. All right. So now we have 2 rounds, just regular. We are getting ready to start on round 25. So we have 4 rounds left, and then the frill. I think this is going to turn out really nice. What do you think so far? Okay, so this is a decrease round. I better get my stitch marker ready. Okay, so I have 2 more rounds, and then it tells me to stuff the tail lightly, but look how small that hole's getting. So we are going to put a little bit in now, or I won't be able to get my chubby little fingers in there. Okay, 2 rounds. Okay, stuff tail lightly, cut the yarn, and close the hole using front loop only to fasten off the yarn tail. We can do that. Now, have had no problems so far without having pictures to follow. So we'll see what happens with the frill part, because I have nothing to look at. He's sitting pretty straight, at least from my view, my angle. Let me see. So that I can set him down on something. He looks pretty straight. Kind of. All right. For the frill, let's see what we have to do for the frill. With the head facing you, pull up a loop and single crochet in each front loop on the head. Chain 1 and turn. We can do that. And 16. Okay. All inside these brackets goes in the same stitch. Okay. So last round, chain 1 and turn. Okay. So now we're facing this direction. I got the 1 round of, or 1 row of singles on there. So we're going to do a single crochet, and then everything in the brackets goes into the next stitch. So half double, chain 2, single crochet in the second chain from the hook, you guys, we are like done. It's so cute. It is cute, cute, cute. This is going to be a good pattern for market people, I am sure. Now, that's as far as making. Now, if they sell, that's another story. And there it is, all finished. That is a very well written pattern. And for free, it is a decent sized pattern. Now, I cannot remember the name of the channel, but they have a small little Triceratops that everybody makes. I can't remember the name of the channel. When I did theirs, I always changed the frill color. So I would probably do that on these as well. Of course, the first time I make a pattern, I try to follow what the pattern says to do. And just to spice it up a little, I would probably, like, if I was using this color, go with a lighter shade of it. And of course, you know, with the Sweet Snuggles and the Home Slim, you don't have a whole lot of options. But, let's see, it would be very small and parfait, I think. But the Premier's Chenille Brights, there's a nice color assortment. So you could, and it would come out bigger if you want bigger. But this is a very well written pattern. This one I would recommend if you can live through the blog ads. I mean, that's how they make their money for giving away the free patterns. So you kind of got to let the ads come up at least the first time and, you know, write it down. But yeah, I think that turned out really nice. Thank you, Stacy, for encouraging me to do this one. So we will see if this little guy sells at market. I'll take him with me on Saturday and see what happens. But, you know, I have such a huge selection. But I don't have many dinosaurs. Actually, I don't think I have any dinosaurs until now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes day 6 of our countdown till Christmas, featuring free patterns. So I have tried to do patterns that I haven't done before, but I have the market day coming up, so it might not be one that I am unfamiliar with. I might be doing something that I enjoy, and it's easy because I am used to the process. So we'll see how that works out. Maybe. So, all right, I will see you tomorrow for day 7.